Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome back to our channel once again. And it is my hope and prayer that the video is going to find you guys in good health. Personally, I am fine, as you can see. Kisumu is fantastic, and maybe you could also let me know where you're watching the video from. The county or the country, in case you are out of the Republic. Yesterday, Babu Owino and Faith Odhiambo, the former president of the Law Society of Kenya, held a meeting with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, the Wiper party leader. That meeting, in my view, is significant politically speaking, and I want to talk about it in this video.
2013 Kalonzo akatushikilia 2017 Kalonzo akatushikilia 2022 Kalonzo pia anaweza fanya kazi baba akiamua ni Kalonzo hakuna shida manake amekuwa na sisi amekufa na sisi na yeye pia apewe heshima yake kwa viongozi wenye wako ukiwaangalia vizuri mimi naona Kalonzo ako mbele yao ukiniuliza.
Kalonzo Musyoka is one of the top presidential candidates in the Republic of Kenya. As a matter of fact, Babu Owino has already endorsed Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka's bid for the presidency.
In 2027, Kalonzo ametosha hajatosha. Kama alikuwa Azimio, Kalonzo alikuwa mzuri. Saizi kama Kalonzo ako opposition, sasa Kalonzo ni mbaya. Kalonzo amekosa nini so far? Amekosa nini so far? Ati tukisema pia Kalonzo tosha, ati Babu ni mbaya. Mbaya what? Comrades, will you accept this? Huyu Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka tulienda na yeye presidential campaigns na hakupewa chochote. Hata deputy president hakukuwa. Ametosha hajatosha.
So this meeting, in my view, very important, because even in was it last year September, Kalonzo Musyoka invited Babu Owino to Wiper.
Waja bwana. Sikiza. Wewe nyamaza bwana. Tumekusikia kutosha my friend. Well done. Fever. We are saying on a serious note, we are transforming this country's leadership forever. And when unajua kawaida ilikuwa bunge inakuja inavunjiliwa mbali. Now parliament has continued, but I'm seeing a stampede out of Kenya kuisha. KK. They are going to run out. Wote tunawakaribisheni. How I wish Babu Owino, we are amending our party's constitution to make it like ODM. There'll be a party leader. There'll be 4 deputy party leaders. I would have wished to give Babu Owino 1 deputy party leadership.
So which means there's a bit of relationship between Babu Owino and Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka. And we also know that Faith Odhiambo recently joined Linda Wananchi in Thika. And it was projected, and I remember doing an analysis here, that Faith Odhiambo is likely to join politics and contest in Nairobi. And that's how I want to look at this particular meeting. Before we get into all those details, in case you're watching the channel for the first time, take a second or two, click the subscribe button so that next time we produce a video like this, YouTube will simply notify you. What we do on this channel is that we analyze politics in a way you can't find in any other place. Ladies and gentlemen, what were some of the objectives of this meeting, if you are to ask me? My answer would be simple. Number one, it's Nairobi politics. You see, if you've been studying Nairobi politics, it normally revolves around the Western Alliance and the Kikuyus. But the Kamba is always a major factor. Let me take you back a bit. During the last election, Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka was with Raila Odinga. And they also had Uhuru Muigai Kenyatta. That can explain why the Azimio brigades were able to easily win most seats in Nairobi. But the ones which were won by UDA were actually as a result of the Mount Kenya population or voters. As we speak, Babu wants to become the governor for Nairobi. Faith probably wants to become the women rep. The two are loose. Luos are majorly in ODM. Right now we have two factions in ODM party, which means the Luos in ODM are also split. And because of that, statistically, it's not possible for the Luos to have advantage the way they used to have before, even in places like Langata, even in Kibra. So which means for a Luo, that is Babu and Faith, to win, they must join strategic alliances. That is where now Kalonzo comes in, because Kalonzo has the solid Wiper support base behind him. What I don't know is whether Kalonzo would agree with Rigathi to support Bazenga in Nairobi, Gakuya that is, for the governor, or whether both of them would actually agree to support a Luo as a governor and another Luo as a women rep. Maybe that's one of the things they went to discuss with Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka, because some people have been suggesting that Faith should actually go for Senate, as Sifuna then goes for the presidency. So for me, it was about Nairobi politics. Number two, for me, I also look at it as Babu Owino considering Wiper as an option to ODM party. And he's tagging along Faith Odhiambo. Because if you look at it critically, Babu Owino left ODM even when Raila Odinga was still there. That's the fact. And even if Raila Odinga was there, he was not going to be supported to become the governor. He would have then opted either for independent or another political party. But Wiper stood with Raila Odinga for several years. And many Luos, or many ODM supporters for that matter, would easily recognize and support Wiper. That's why in Nyanza, there are people who have been elected under Wiper, several of them. I think there's even some Luos who have been elected as Wiper in the MCS in Nairobi. So Babu is considering Wiper party as an option because of the history Wiper has had with ODM as a political party.
Venye Gachagua alisema kama Ruto anapenda baba sana, then make hata president in 2027 kwa kama hakuna, hatutaki story ya selfish interest and ambitions. Tushikeni Stephen Kalonzo Musyoka atupeleke Canaan. Sawa sivyo? And we thought that Addis Ababa itakuwa kwa baba, but tulichengwa. Watu hawataki kusema ukweli, but we will come in another time to explain why even Museveni, who was installed as a Luo Council of Elder in Siaya on the 2nd day of January, did not vote for Raila Odinga. In fact, did not go to Ethiopia. Mimi nitasema as it is. Ikikufurahisha ni sawa, ukikasirika pia ni sawa. After all, I'm the best member of parliament in this country.
Number three, the Luo factor in 2027 presidential elections. You see, for Kalonzo Musyoka, he must be seen to be working with the Luos for him to appeal to the Luo nation. For example, what is Kalonzo Musyoka going to offer the Luo nation? When he supported Raila Odinga, for example, in 2013 and 2017, Raila Odinga offered him the running mate. What is Kalonzo Musyoka going to offer to the Luo nation? Is he going to give Babu Owino the running mate? Or is he going to give Babu Owino the Nairobi? Then Faith Odhiambo also placed somewhere. Then he can then now use that. Because as things stand today, Kalonzo Musyoka might not really have a strong support in terms of leaders from the Luo nation who are supporting him. I remember at some point Raila Odinga, was it Raila Odinga, organized an event for Kalonzo and in Bondo. And Raila Odinga almost endorsed Kalonzo. So I think Kalonzo all along had hoped that Raila Odinga was going to support him. And the death of Raila Odinga then confused everything for him, because then Raila is not there. But unfortunately, Kalonzo has not made deep friendship with the political players in Nyanza. So he's trying now to create it. And the right person to do that for him, in my view, is none other than Babu Owino. And importantly, which is my last point, I think Kalonzo is also trying to... And lastly, I also tend to think that Babu Owino, being a wise politician, is trying to gauge the reaction, particularly of the ODM supporters. You saw how he met. You saw when he met with Fred Matiang'i. Probably he read the reaction. It's not meeting Kalonzo. We are going to see how the supporters are going to react. And then probably the next target is going to be Rigathi. Just to see how people who can vote for him, not everybody, people who can vote for him are going to react. I don't know what you think. That's my take. Until next time, this is Makwiny. Bye-bye.